my name's Tim Eilers. I'm the fitness coordinator at Grand Living at Bridgewater here in Coralville, Iowa. And today I wanted to share with you guys a challenge that we're doing amongst our residents and our staff members. We're trying to, as a group, make sure we're not only taking care of our own well-being, making sure that our immune systems are as capable as possible and we're taking as good a care of ourselves as possible, but also that we're making sure we follow different guidelines to make sure that we avoid any kind of spread of the virus and avoid the virus getting into our facility. We have different challenges for our residents and for our staff members, which is something we actually do throughout the year. We try and do different challenges to make sure our staff is active and engaged as well as our residents. So we do a wide array of things outside of just fitness to make sure that we're addressing different needs. We do different nutritional challenges, hydration, things like that. So I was just going to share a couple of the tips or the challenges that we had people doing that if you wanted to, you could do at home to join us in this challenge. So the first one I was going to talk about is sanitizing your phone. I think that's something that we don't think about all the time, is how often we touch our phones. It's just something that, we're quick to grab. It's not something we think about. If you feel a buzz or you hear a text message, you usually grab that phone. We don't think about, if we've been perfectly following, hand washing etiquette every time we've touched that necessarily. So that's one of our challenges, is just to sanitize a phone. It's something we can do regularly too, just to try and make sure that that's not a surface that is carrying those viruses or any other kind of bacteria. Another challenge that we're having people do is trying to not sit for any longer than an hour at a time. During the pandemic, especially when people are having to spend more time in their apartments, not being able to go out as much, it makes people prone to do a lot more sitting. That in itself, just losing our day-to-day activity, can be a significant loss to our overall energy output. So trying to not sit for any longer than an hour period at a time is just a good way to make sure that we're getting up and moving. The third challenge I'm going to share with you, and the final one for today, is we're going to work on deep breathing to try and work on stress relief, to work on our mental well-being as well. So for today, I'm not going to read anything to you. I'm just going to talk about using YouTube as a tool. So if you've never used YouTube before, you can just type that into Google or your browser, and you can type in deep breathing, meditation. You can search for different things that might potentially work for you. Mindfulness meditation, there's different things, any kind of stress relief. So I encourage you to get on to YouTube, or if you have a different website you like using for looking up videos, and looking up some stress relief, deep breathing, some diaphragm breathing. That's actually a way that we can help increase our overall volume of our breath, and work on that way to make sure that we're working on our mental well-being as well as trying to reduce any stress that we have built up during this time. Thanks for joining me.